Welcome to Mind and Movement, getting smart about how you move. I'm Hazel. Thanks so much for joining me for Coffee and Move 22. Today we're going to drink coffee, and do some movement for our butts. The first thing we're going to do is stand on one leg. So I'm standing on one leg and I got there not by hiking through this side of the hip, but by pushing this foot, the standing leg down into the ground. So this is a fundamental part of walking. We want to be able to push so that we can lift this leg and then swing it through. If we don't push, if we just hang on our hips here, this knee is then bent and I have to lift it and then fall through, which is not how you want to walk. So we want to focus on getting our lateral hip strength up. By that I mean glute max, glute min, glute med, all of those beautiful glute muscles, and just standing on one leg, pushing the standing leg down into the ground, especially the heel. Actively push it down into the ground to lift the other side of your pelvis up will help you to strengthen this part of your body. Now you can do it just by standing and holding that position, the up position, where you can come down and then push to come back up, and then come down and push to come back up. You don't want to rest too much though when your foot comes down, because you want to build the contraction. So here should be feeling it, your lateral hip should be feeling it, your glute, your bum on this side should be feeling it. You should be feeling too much up here. It will be working a little bit, but hopefully it's not the prime mover. This muscle here is the prime mover. So let's try that on the other side. So we're standing on one leg, we're pushing this leg down into the ground, and we are focusing on really pushing that leg to lift the other side of the pelvis instead of hiking with this hip. So now we'll do a few. We'll come down and push back up, down, push into this leg to come back up, come down, push to come back up. So this is just standing on one leg, or Katie Bowman calls it the pelvic list. We are listing at the pelvis. For all of you anatomy nerds out there, this is actually how we use our body in abduction. This hip is abducting. Can you see it? Most of us think that this is abduction, right? Abduction, taking my leg away. But we never do that. That's an open chain movement. When do we do that? We never do. This is a closed chain movement with my foot on the ground, and I'm taking my pelvis away from this leg, right? Therefore, I am abducting. Cool. This is how our body actually abducts at the hip more regularly than doing this. Cool. If you want to nerd out about that, give me a call. I love it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is a standing hip hinge. So many people, when they try to hip hinge, just flex through the spine, because that's what they understand the movement to be, but it's not. It's just pure movement at the hips. So my spine is not changing shape at all. So I am bending forward until I get to a range that feels like if I went much further, then I'd have to go into spinal flexion. We don't want to go into spinal flexion, we just want to practice the hip hinge. So it's important to do this where you can see how you're moving. If you've got a broom handle that you can put up your back, do that so you can feel that the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine and the head are all still on that broom handle. And you're just coming down to this position, feeling a little stretch, and then coming back up. It's kind of the deadlift pattern, right? We can start to bend our knees and then push to come back up. We've got to have that nice hip hinge to be able to understand the movements. There is nothing wrong with spinal flexion. We want to be able to flex through our spine. But we also want to be able to hip hinge, and we want to know when we're doing one and not the other. I took a class a while ago where I was like, right, let's all hip hinge, and everybody did this. And I was like, no, hip hinge. and they just didn't understand the movement because the movement was not a movement that their body had experienced a lot of, therefore we practiced it. And they got better, which is awesome. Okay, so the next movement we're going to do is a piriformis stretch. So I'm going to grab a bolster and put it down underneath my head, and I am crossing one leg up and putting it on, so my ankle on the opposite knee. Then I'm reaching through the hole here and coming up to grab this knee. And I feel a stretch in my butt cheek here. So let me show you that from this perspective. So from here, I'm crossing one leg up and then reaching through this hole, bringing my pelvis up, and I am then feeling the stretch in this part of my body, in my piriformis, and I'm also feeling it in my hamstring and in my adductors. So that's the piriformis stretch. Let's go that same leg. But what I want you to notice here is that I'm not getting the movement in my lumbar spine. I'm getting the movement at my pelvis, right? So if you're just really coming back like that, that's not what this is about. So maybe put one hand under the lumbar spine and keep a little curve in there. We don't want to completely flatten that part of the back. It's wonderful, isn't it, this one? If you can't, if this is too much, you can grab a tea towel or a small rope and wrap that around here so you don't have to pull in as far. Okay, so let's try that on the other side. So we're crossing over the ankle at the knee. We are then reaching through the hole to grab the other knee. If you end up in this position, that's why we're bolstering. You don't want your neck in a hyperextended position, so we're putting the nice bolster under our head to help us, and we're trying to keep a small lumbar curve in our spine. Oh yeah. Don't you just love taking your body into positions it hasn't been in for a while and feeling what it feels like? Like, I don't call this stretching. One, because the science of stretching is, I believe we haven't fully worked out what it's about here. Is it about myosin and actin, or is it about easy water contractions? If anybody wants to geek out about that, they'll let me know also. So, and titin. All of those wonderful protein molecules. Okay, so this is the piriformis stretch. I don't consider it a stretch. I consider it I'm taking my body into a different position, a new position. Well, not a new position, but a position that I don't get to spend much time in, unless I choose to. Okay, so coming back up, let's do a little bit of play with the squat after we have a nice sip of coffee. What coffee are you drinking today? Do you drink coffee when we do these classes? Alright, so we're going to do some chair squats. So you're going to sit on a chair. From the side, I really want to make sure that we're doing these squats, not for our quads, but for our hamstrings and our glutes. So if you bring your feet right in here, you're going to use more of the quads. If you have your feet more out here, you're going to be using more of the hamstrings and the glutes to come up, right? So from the front, it's really important that you're keeping an eye on what your knees are doing. To start with, I mean, like the squat pattern is a pattern, and you can do it with your feet like this, with your feet like that, with your feet wherever. But just for some general guidelines to start with, you don't want your knees to be going when you get up. You don't want them to be going you want them to kind of be tracking like that, right? But then you can vary the squat by putting your feet in different positions and trying that. The key here, when you're coming back down, you don't want to fall and plop. So imagine that you're playing musical chairs and you're not sure if a chair's behind you, but you've got to find it until you let yourself fall back, okay? So it's like find, oh, there it is, okay? Where's that chair, there it is. Find it before you let your weight fall back down into it. Then you'll use more of your muscles' range of length, and you'll get stronger in positions that you currently have not much strength in. Chair squats. Then we can come down into a bit of a deep squat. If you can access the deep squat, if you can't, get a bolster, something like this, chuck it under your heels. Lots of weightlifters and whatnot know how they chop the heels to when somebody doesn't have enough ankle mobility so that they can lift heavier weights. I would recommend, however, that you got that ankle mobility, especially before you started lifting really heavy weights. But some people just want to lift heavy weights, and that's fine. So here we go. This is the deep squat. This has been a class for your butt muscles. Please don't sit on your butt muscles today. There's a challenge for you. While you can sit on your butt muscles, just don't sit your butt muscles on a chair or a couch. Spend some time relaxing on the ground or the floor, and put your body into some different positions and have fun moving today.